I have so many forces on the field.
I don't. I've not been building, guys. I don't know. Hello and welcome to Retro Game Connect. I'm Dan Mastriani.
And I'm Ian Butterfield.
And today we're playing a game that I hope I'm going to pronounce the title of correctly. It's Herzog Zwei for Sega Genesis via the Sega Ages release on Nintendo Switch.
Now, my main question for this game is, was it a sequel?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I was in fact about to say that it is called Herzog Zwei because it is the second game. There was a Herzog. It was also kind of a strategy game on Japanese home computers. So I believe it had a release on the MSX. I wrote this down, the PC-88. And what was the third one? The Sharp X1. So this is a sequel and also Technosoft's first original Genesis game, as the previous game they released was a port of Thunder Force 2, which had again originally appeared on Japanese home computers.
I can't say I've ever heard of it.
No, it went a little under the radar, so I'm glad it got the Sega Ages release, because getting the original Genesis cartridge wasn't happening.
And
So let's go
this
ahead.
was like on sale for like dirt cheap when we got it.
Yeah, like $3. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started.
Woo!
So this new intro is a little weird.
Okay, is it
Yeah,
me,
sounds
or
good for
do
some
those buildings on the title screen look a little Tatooine-esque?
I mean, Japan likes Star Wars too. All right, Ian. So let's go ahead and get you in the game. I'm going to create a room. Okay, cool. Looks like our connection is decent. All right, so we gotta pick a stage, and apparently it's letting you do it. Why not? So I guess we should probably go with something pretty straightforward.
To be perfectly honest, the music actually, that drive to it feels a little Doom-esque, and I dig it.
Hey, go ahead with the tap one, why not? Alright, so I guess we just gotta go ahead and start building units. So I'm gonna do these guys, because first thing we need to do is, oh, God's sakes, gonna be doing this all game is pressing the wrong button. And also not being able to see what I'm doing because the cat's walking in front of the TV. Thanks, Zafina. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, so, you know, obviously, first priority in this game is capturing bases, because they will get you more money and resources. Well, I think money is the only actual resource, but you know what I mean. So we gotta do that ASAP. Oh! I ran out of energy. Awesome. I was not paying attention. And that means I have to build a new character. That's exciting. I should be about to capture this base, though, so there we go. I got one. And just gonna keep capturing bases. It's gonna be a little bit before we can actually do any combat here. But I guess this is a good reminder that I gotta keep track of my energy. Oh, I trapped these guys way too far.
It's so cheap. You need money for the unit and the command.
Yeah, so this does definitely take a lot of micromanaging. I am finding myself a little short in cash, but let's go ahead and trap this guy right there. Ah, oh, come on. There we go. I gotta refill my energy a little. God. I'll be able to refill it here in a second. Alright, cool. So, yeah, I think I'll stick with doing this. It is important to note that, hey, once you capture a base, you can launch guys from there too. So,
yep,
you don't always have to go back to your home base.
Oh yeah.
So that's useful.
It do be like that though.
Oh crap! I got lost. Quick, 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 quick! Get back to a base. Oh, ah! Too slow. That was awkward. All right, I can see that my money is going up faster now.
As is mine.
Yeah, uh-oh. Ooh, I think we got a little bit of lag there. I gotta refill my energy quick. I traveled too far. In the end, it didn't even matter.
Oi, oi. Do 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 do.
I think one of these goofs though fell off the stage. I gotta pick him up. Where are you, buddy? No, I don't know. Whatever, weird. Okay. Again, try not to screen cheat here. Though, what I was about to say is one of the neat things in the Sega Ages version of this game, of course, is that we get the extra info on the side of the screen that we would normally not have if we were playing this on a Genesis. Like the stuff that, like you would have to like memorize what the commands are, for instance. Okay, that's what that thing on the map meant. Okay. Now I understand. So I thought some dude was like hanging out next to the base instead of actually going into it. But it turns out it just kind of just shows you the red dot next to it when you haven't finished capturing a base. So looks like we might get some offense going here soon. We'll see. We're gonna find out what's going on here. Oh, watch out, we're actually getting into direct conflict. Alright. That's exciting, but now I actually need to go back and get some more units. I can't actually take over your base with what I have. I don't even know if he's going to be enough to do anything, but watch out, the conflict has begun. Oh, I wasn't in exactly the right place, so my oh, that's rough. Also, getting the guy into the right place to start attacking is going to be awkward. Come on. Come on, there we go. Good. So we're still based on the Genesis game, so we can't add stuff like each of us having our own screen, though that is useful in that it means that one of us has to record this. Can be a little fiddly. Keep finding myself having to get in like just the right spot. To like recharge or go after a base. But again, it's a 30-year-old game, so what do you expect? I think like being able to only build one guy at a time is wrong button. Oh Lord, is kind of rough. Tanks turning into infantry keeps surprising me. I'm not expecting it. I'm like, oh wait, I still have to kill this guy. But I do wish you could queue up more guys because it makes it kind of slow going. Aha! I'll escape this way. Recharge here. I keep pressing the wrong button. Let's attack. Let's attack aggressively. That's a missile guy, huh? Oh, get rocked. Let's see, what do I want to do? Really? Oh, lordy. We need to do some other stuff. A lot of these guys aren't bright. Yeah. All right, let's modify my strategy here. Come on. Ooh. Dangerous. Come on. Take a while to build things. There we go. And why are you just standing there, buddy? Come on. Really? You got the wrong command. Oh, that's why. Why do you? Okay. That explains that. Send the wrong command. God. So dumb. You got off Aquarian.
I have.
So I know you're trying to think,
thinking.
but we are trying to.
I know. I get caught up in it.
Yeah, I just keep pressing the wrong button. It's kind of awkward. I just kind of wish you could send out more than one guy at once. Otherwise, it gets kind of
It
awkward to
does
carry out
get
text.
difficult to build things.
Yeah. Because, like, I want to attack. Otherwise, we get this ridiculous stalemate. Come on. Oh, God. I accidentally picked it up again.
Come on.
But I'd also like to build some defenses. And, it's kind of difficult. Oh, no. Why is he on that command? Make me spend money changing his commands. Never set him to that command. Come on. Who are you shooting? Is it the guy in the... Wrong button. Keep pressing A when I want to transform, and I don't know why. Oh, crap. I just don't know, man. This is kind of awkward. I'm not sure how we're gonna get to the end game here, because this is a... Ugh. Whatever. Guys, gonna have to, try to come up with some stuff. For real, man. Who's shooting at me? Who's shooting at me?
I have so many forces on the field.
I don't. I've not been building, guys. I don't know. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, anyhow. On base. As close as I got. Oh, I'm at the wrong base. God. Yeah, we're in trouble. Oh, lordy.
Why is that flashing on my screen?
I wonder. You'll have to figure that one out for yourself. I want to win, Ian, so I'm not going to help you with that. Later. Oh, I still got a guy there, huh? Interesting. Crud. Just switch to the walker. But anyhow, at least it looks like my plan's working. Excellent. Excellent.
Oh.
Yeah. So I saw that I was losing, so I went for a daring strategy at the end of just sending guys right at your base and hoping you weren't paying attention.
I honestly didn't actually know the attack base command, so.
Yeah, that's why you didn't change the wallpaper, did you?
Wallpaper?
The things on the sides. You left it on default. You didn't change any screen settings.
No.
So that extra information you get on the sides is on the default wallpaper. You can change it to something that's just a design.
No, I just.
But if you look in the lower, well, for you it would have been the lower right corner. It actually shows you what the commands do.
I just was focused on capturing bases.
Yeah, so I see that. I guess I wasn't as aggressive enough building units. I don't know. Well, anyhow, that's I think that's a pretty good look. Okay, yay, I won.
Honestly, that game was but the fact that you can't queue forces and that you have to actively pick them up every time, God.
I think they were
made that so difficult to get into.
Brushing up against technical limits there.
I mean, I'm sure, but...
I mean, keep in mind that you had to control the game with a 3-button controller.
Oh, I know. Just, I would not have put this kind of game on this kind of platform. Or even just, again, let things queue. That just... Yeah,
I would have liked to be able to construct things.
I wasn't really able to, like, plan ahead. Because I couldn't be like, all right, I'm going to do this. I had to actively, like, react to what was going on. And since it's hard to keep track of your forces, you don't even know what's on the field.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, again, this is like a really early proto RTS. So back when we played Command and Conquer, I found like a quote from one of the guys denying that they took information, but I've also found, looking up this, I found a quote from one of the guys who worked at the publisher who said that, like, yeah, we showed them this game and said, like, you should take some stuff from this game to make your Dune game. So this is kind of, this is before the form is set. It's not like they could look at some other game and see what worked and what didn't. They're kind of making it up as they went along. I mean, I know people have like really intensely competed in this game over the years. Like neither of us had played a full game before. I think you didn't actually manage to finish the tutorial.
No, I've been working too much.
Yeah. So I think I was able to take advantage of this, of that, my daring victory. But because you didn't know that the SOS thing was telling you that, hey, I'm attacking your base.
Yeah, I was focused on other things.
Yeah, so I saw that and like, okay, you're kind of taking over the bases, so can I just sneak some guys up to your base because it looks like you haven't really set any defenses? So, I mean, I see the bones of the game. I think are good, and I think maybe if you practice at it and kind of can get the flow of the way the game works, you can enjoy it. I didn't like the amount of micromanaging, like you said, having to fly everybody out and build things one at a time. Because I wanted to be like, okay, well, I need to set some stuff around my base. You can't just fly in there and attack. I mean, at the very least.
Meanwhile, it's just like, okay, I want to deploy infantry here. Okay, now I have to pick up the infantry and drop the infantry. Okay, I want to deploy defenses here. Oh, I can't just set it to build defenses and I can fly off and do something else. So,
so that's just kind of what I was like. Though I suppose you could see it as part of the strategy. Like, I took advantage of the fact that you were focused on building inventory to take over bases. To be like, okay, he's not paying attention to his base. I can sneak some tanks up there.
This is not the strategy game if you have ADHD, because you do not have enough to focus on.
I mean, you do have to keep a lot of stuff in your head. Which again, I think is like a hardware limitation. We were getting more information.
That's the exact opposite problem. You can't. There is not enough for you to keep in your head. Because if I can queue forces and command some forces and command some other forces, I can get. But if it's, okay, you've created a force, pick them up and bring them somewhere. You can't command the other forces from a distance or just scroll over. Like, you have to be focused on one thing. And I can focus on the whole battlefield if it allows me to. But this game really does not allow you to.
Yes, so one of the things is there's no like radar for. You see where the other plane is, but you don't see where any of the other units are.
You can't even see where your own units are, from what I can see.
Yeah, so you just see the two your plane and the enemy plane.
Well, so I had tanks galore that I found just hanging out in the middle of the map for some reason, even though they should have been defending the base. Yeah, I kid you not. I went to fly to take over one of the bases, and there were probably 30 of my units just sitting in the middle of the map. And there's no easy way to just command them. You have to pick them each up individually and pay for each command. Listen, the bones of the RTS are there, but frankly, it's been made bad by the fact that it's just not anywhere near as polished and more of an actual flow of a game than new ones are. I'm sure back in the day, obviously, this was the best they could do. Like, hey, whatever. But I'm saying now, I don't think it holds up. Because it's boring.
I want to play it more before making that determination. Like, neither of us really knew what we were doing.
I'm sorry, if a game can't hook you within an hour of playing to at least some degree, then it's bad game design. You need some kind of hook in there. Like, even if it's like, the JRPG that has the long opening, but you usually get a little taste in there, and you're like, okay, a good JRPG, you got a long opening, but you're given a little taste, so you have something to work with. But this, oh my god, it felt like such a slog just trying to capture one base.
Yeah. It did. It did take a bit.
I
I was.
just obviously it was limited by the hardware and whatnot, but honestly,
Like,
if
I
you
kind of
want,
gave up on stealing one of your bases because it's like this is not going anywhere. I can't build
well,
guys to take over your base and guys who can actually deal with your forces to keep them out of the way of the
exact
guys trying to take over your base at the same time.
exactly, you can't multitask, and for me, if you can't multitask in an RTS, I'm done. It's done.
I would want multiple production centers because like you have multiple bases. Why can't I build one guy here and one guy here?
Exactly.
I
Even
mean,
if even
I
if
can
your
kind of
ability
see it's like they
to
wanted you to be able to build stuff from anywhere, and you with the where the interface would have to be designed for a controller. I guess there would have been more steps to have to do that, and that may have been kind of what
listen,
prevented them from giving
all
you
I'm
that
saying,
option.
all you have to do is, even if you still have to pick everybody up, if you could queue it and you could pick them up from any outpost, but you could queue it, that would make a world of difference.
Yeah,
Because I could be like, all right, I need 2 tanks to pop out, and then I'm gonna have 2 infantry people pop out, so that way I can actually like start an assault on an outpost. But I need to build the tank, bring it over, and drop it. Build the tank, bring it over, and drop it.
I
Build
mean,
the
I don't even
infantry.
disagree on that. That's I didn't like that either.
It Yeah, it's just I don't think this has aged well, even though they did some things obviously to try to make it better. But because they didn't, decide to go buck wild and say, okay, you can queue things now, because that's not how the original game was, and I understand that.
And they
To
would have
me,
to reprogram the game, which is kind of beyond
exactly.
the scope of the. Yeah.
Exactly. But to me, that just means if I want an RTS, I'm not picking this game up.
I mean, I think it could probably benefit from like a remake rather than just so
Than
they
just a
can
port.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. But
But it's
I'll
like a
be
cheap
honest,
like release with a nice presentation.
unless you specifically like wanted to play this game, if you're just having the RTS itch, pick something else.
I mean, I still think it's interesting in that it is like an influential foundational thing.
Like I said, unless you're looking to play this game specifically, if all you're looking to play is an RTS, do yourself a favor and play one that has more quality of life features.
And I do feel like, with some more practice, I might like say be able to make better use of the jet since you can actually directly attack with your jet. You have to make use of stuff like switching between the robot and the plane form.
Well, yeah,
I don't know if you
but
caught that. Like the plane can't attack ground targets.
yeah, no, the
Okay,
plane can't attack ground targets, and then the robot can't attack planes. Like, yeah, I
but
caught
it
all of
uses
that.
less energy. So, like, I was only switching so much, and I was pressing the wrong button a lot. So, I would be willing to spend a little more time with the game to see if, like, just getting the hang of it, it kind of opens up more.
Uh, I don't want to take the time to get the hang of the game. I don't think it's personally worth it. In its time, I'm sure this was a big deal, but at this point, eh,
Well, actually,
it
that's the
has
thing.
not.
It
To,
kind of went
to
under
me,
the
it
radar.
has not. Well, to me, it has not aged well,
Yeah.
because there are just quality of life features that will make a game so much better that it's hard to go back without them.
I kind of wish it got more recognition at the time, just because they did a lot of new things and like they had some interesting ideas. Though I
Hmm.
guess I mean, uh, depending on who tells the story, it's possible a lot of that stuff got refined in Command and Conquer. So
I mean, there's
at very least
definitely the bones of Command and Conquer in here.
Yeah, it did definitely influence things. Again, assuming they were cribbing from it when they made Dune 2. Which again, I've seen conflicting reports depending on who you ask how much influence that had on that game. But I mean, Technosoft was a pretty good Genesis developer. They knew how to make good music on the system. Games generally ran pretty well. I can't really fault it from a technical standpoint, though. One thing they were able to do with the Sega Ages version is smooth out any like slowdowns and hiccups. Optionally, it's on automatically in online play, but you can switch it on or off if you're playing locally. So if you want to keep slow down your sprite flicker, just for from a purist point of view, you can do that, or you can turn it off to make it play a little smoother, which I think is nice. I mean, I think the presentation is really nice. They add the extra information. I was actually talking about this when we were. I forget whether it was when we were playing Soldier Blade or something. I just talked about how they have the shooter re-releases and they add extra info in the margins where, it's originally a 4-3 game. They got an extra space going here. So they use it to add extra information. And that's neat. You're talking about quality of life features. If we were playing that on the Genesis, we'd have to have the manual open to know what any of those commands do.
I mean, there is some quality of life things they added, but I'll be really honest. Again, no queue, huge problem.
Yeah, I would say
just because that makes an RTS so much better that without it, it just feels clunky.
Yeah,
it does. Even if you still had to,
I don't even disagree.
Even if you still had to pick up your forces and drop them off, so long as you could queue it and pick them up from any base, you were just picking them up in the order you queued them, that the game would be 10 times better.
I mean, again, my only counterpoint to that is just that since that is the strategy, if you go from the point of view is this is how the game is played, we're both sitting there thinking, I wish I could queue things, but if you could get that out of your head and just work with the way the game works, then you may find that, okay, here's a mode of strategy that's
well, sure, but I also just find that boring.
I mean, I don't know.
I've been saying, I've been saying, if you want to specifically search this game out and play it because of it being a relic of its time, or you just like Sega games, whatever, hey, it's a solid way to play it with the extra information and all that. But if all you're looking to do is play an RTS, play one with a queue. I'm not a huge fan of games that you have to spend several hours to be baseline good at. Because I have within those several hours, I might not even have those several hours to play the game, so I get bored. And then I bounce off the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just, I guess I'm old enough to remember, having nothing else to do.
I know,
but
and I'm
saying,
and I've been saying, as a piece of its time, that it's fine. But it hasn't aged well.
I do think it's a shame because there are some games where it takes a while to get it, but when you do get it, it's oh, this was actually great now that I know what I'm doing.
Oh, absolutely. But sometimes that kind of thing could be avoided by just saying, screw it, let's just have a tutorial.
I mean, which is what they added in. They did one of the we didn't really talk about this. One of the quality of life features they added for this version is that it now has a tutorial.
That just takes a long time to get through.
It takes, it's I guess because
talks too much.
I think because of like, again, they're presenting an existing game. They can't like reprogram it from scratch.
Oh,
They
absolutely. But also the tutorial is a slog.
Put it in as smoothly as like if they were creating a brand new game where it could just like be telling you things while you're playing.
Well, yeah. I'm just also the tutorial they added, which is good. The amount of time spent to make that little anime sprite a character. Oh my god, just let me play the game. I don't care.
I mean, the Sega references were fun, but they could have been more to the point.
Yeah, the little Sega references were fun, but I'd have to click through sometimes 2 to 3 separate dialogue screens before I actually got more tutorial.
Yeah, no, they're trying to make it personal and squeeze in jokes.
But I don't mind some personality to it. Some personality is good. But I swear they were trying to make their new waifu, the new Sega mascot.
I don't know. Maybe it sells.
The amount of time you were spending.
I don't even know why it had to be.
Maybe it does. I'm just not someone who cares about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Though I did like I'd have to call out one joke I liked was the one where she's talking about like maybe you think you're a commander, maybe you're shopping for berets online or sitting with your hands in front of your face.
I didn't even read that. I was so bored with her at that point. I was skipping.
Yeah, I just thought it was a fun bit. They had a little illustration of like the character sitting there like. I did like that joke. That one I wanted to call that one out. That was an amusing one.
Personally, I just think this game it takes too long, and I'm sorry, I'm an adult who gets forced into 12-hour shifts more often than not.
Yeah, so maybe not a game if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, but if you have the time,
this is not the game for millennials.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're absolutely going to love it if you sit down with it, but I'd say it might be worth it if you have the time to sit down and get the hang of it. I mean, when I was looking about it online, people say that like, well, they were all thumbs at it at first, but like they had it growing up and they would play it with like a sibling or a friend or what have you. And when things clicked, they were all of a sudden having like these super competitive battles and like maybe spending like a couple hours, fighting each other before one of them finally won. So if you feel like you could get to that point,
who has time for that?
Well, obviously not you, Ian, but some people might have like a 9-to-5 job and have time on the weekends.
That was the same reason, like okay, League of Legends, I know a lot of people like it. I tried it back in high school, and even then, I thought those half-hour matches took too long.
And I'm just saying that's a taste thing, Ian. I'm not like, I just want to be like, hey, I get that it's not for you, but it may be for other people. That's all I'm saying.
I know, and I'm saying, hey, this might be for other people, but if you're like me, you're just not going to like it.
Get out of here. Get here flying through the air. Anyhow. Well, yeah, I didn't want to come across too negative, that's all. That's.
Oh, I know, I brought up my point, and you just kind of kept going.
Okay. I'm trying to make a counterpoint, but I'm also half asleep, so I'm not maybe forming them as well as I would like to. 90% of the time, like I'm editing the video, I'm like, you know what I said.
Well, we should wrap up this episode.
Yeah.
We still haven't wrapped the episode.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyhow, if you enjoyed us gradually building our forces to, war takes time, Ian. It takes time. Make sure you give this episode a like. Want to catch future episodes, which maybe the game we're playing is a little more snappy. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. I've been Dan Mastriani. You can catch me on Twitter at NewTypeCola.
I'm Ian Butterfield. You can find me on Twitter at ENG Butterfield. You can find the show at Retro Games CNCT, Facebook.com/Retro Game Connect, and RetroGameConnect.tumblr.com. If you'd like to catch me doing live streams, you can find me over at Twitch.com/Geek_Lord_42. Let us know what you thought of the games we played. Let us know if there are any games you'd like us to play. If we can get our hands on them, we might just play them, or we might just painstakingly build them one at a time.
I'm sure I'll have a good counterpoint once I've had time to sleep on it. But most importantly, make sure you join us next time on Retro Game Connect.